Alright, now in this lesson, we are going to talk about Texture Pabrika's property array nodes. So what are property array nodes? Property array nodes are stackable node groups that control all the properties of a shader. So let me just quickly create a property array node so you can see what I'm talking about. And if we look closer on this property array node, you'll see that it has all the properties that this shader node group has. And these properties were determined when we initialized. Now, stackable means that we can basically create another property array node and connect properties one on top of the other. And since these are unique node groups, we can basically go inside one property array node, change some values over here, change some blending modes if we need to, and not have to worry if we're affecting any other property array node. This allows us to create a node structure that we can easily arrange and rearrange. So let me just quickly show you how that's done. On our keyboard, hold the control key and right click on our mouse and drag a line over all of these lines over here. And then we can just quickly swap places for this too. And press the F key as many times as there are properties to connect. Now, another great thing about being able to use a property array node is that a property array node group has all the properties that we can play around with to recreate the look of a particular component of our object's surface. I mean, when you think about it, there's always this layering of different components involved in the look of any surface. There's always a base material which accumulates impurities, is coated in some sort of finish, wears over time, and then gets all sorts of different buildups. A property array node has all the properties that we need in order to manage a particular aspect of our texture. Now let me just quickly talk about these inputs and outputs since it can be quite confusing. So all these inputs up here are designed to be connected to the output of another property array node. So we're not going to be touching any of these inputs. What we are going to be playing around with are the inputs down here, which will be changing values or be connecting to other nodes. Now, let me just quickly set up the components that we need for our painted metal shader. So this is going to be the metal component. And then this one is going to be our rust component. And then let's connect two more property array nodes, which we'll call the paint component. And then this one is going to be our rust component. Or sorry, not our rust component, but our dirt component. All right. Let's just quickly connect these components together. And then let's connect this dirt component, which is our topmost component, to our shader. All right. So there we go. Now in the next lesson, we are going to be detailing out each component.